Good evening. Here we are on a Monday, ready to bring you guys more content from around the league. Today, we're going to talk about that Thursday night game between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams. And then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about some of those games that took place yesterday. So, are you ready to get your fix? Well, let's get started with that Patriots and Rams game. Now, it started to look like the Patriots' trip to Los Angeles was going to be a good one. Okay, as they easily took care of the Los Angeles Chargers in Week 13, beating them 45-0. But that would be short-lived as they had to face a pretty solid Rams team. The Patriots ended up losing this game 24-3, and it wasn't a pretty one either. Cam Newton started the game and, had a really tough time kind of getting anything going. Cam went 9 for 16 with 119 passing yards and 1 interception, and then he also ran the ball 7 times for only 16 yards. Okay, this is not the typical Cam Newton we are used to seeing because he usually does a lot better running the ball than he does passing, but neither passing or running was really good for him. When you have no weapons, okay, and a game plan that just doesn't work and you still don't change it after the first half, you're not going to win many games. Now, after possibly having a chance to break into the playoffs, I just don't see this Patriots team coming close to entering the playoffs. I mean, right from the start, you could kind of tell that the Patriots weren't mentally ready for this game, and they came out really slow and started the game by throwing a pick six, and which really kind of put the game out of reach because the Patriots had no momentum to start, and after that, they just really didn't have anything to keep them going. This Rams defense absolutely feasted on the New England Patriots, and it's really sad because I still believe that the Patriots have a top 5 offensive line in the NFL. So let's move over to the Minnesota Vikings, who took on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, to start this game, the Vikings looked really solid and were able to move the ball downfield easily, even with the Buccaneers having the number 1 defense against the run. Look, the Vikings lost this game due to one guy, Dan Bailey. Yesterday, Dan Bailey missed 3 field goals and 1 extra point, and he did the exact same thing last week where he missed 1 field goal and 2 extra points. So the past 2 weeks, have arguably been the worst 2 weeks, spread in Dan Bailey's career, and he's even the 6th most accurate kicker in NFL history. But that might change, after the recent missed field goals. I'm telling you, this game looks completely different if the Vikings make a field goal. Actually, they win 20. I think it was they would have won 24-23. I mean, that close, or 25-23. It was right there. Tom Brady only completed 15 passes the entire game, and not one guy really stood out on that Buccaneers team. The Vikings let this game slip away from them and just might be in the mix to sign a new kicker because 4 missed field goals and 3 missed extra points in 2 straight games. That's ridiculous. That's 15 points that kicker, that Dan Bailey's missed out on that we should have had, or that the Vikings should have had, sorry. And being a kicker, you need to make those. That's your one job. You're kicking field goals. That's all you have to do is kick a field goal. I understand it's tough. But now you don't have the fans in the stadium now. Now you don't really have that much more to think about. Just kick the field goal, and you'll be fine. So next, I want to talk about Jalen Hurts, who is now 2-0 as a starter in the NFL after defeating the Saints 24-21. Now at halftime, this game was 17-0, and the Eagles were rolling. Look, we've seen just how good Carson Wentz can be, okay? But as of recent, he's been pretty bad and leading the NFL with interceptions. So the Eagles, like many around here, felt it was time to roll with Jalen. And guess what? It's working. Just seeing Jalen in an Eagles jersey and taking control of that offense, it just fits perfectly. Now, I get that we haven't really seen much from Jalen, but this Eagles team with Jalen at quarterback looks a lot more comfortable. Okay, Jalen didn't have a great game in his first start against Green Bay where he went 5 for 12 with 109 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. But this week against the Saints, he really got going and did a good job. Jalen went 17 for 30, 167 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Oh, and being a running quarterback, he also ran the ball 18 times for 106 yards. I mean, you can't expect Jalen to just come in here and be the best thing you've ever seen. No, you just want him to come out, win games, and take care of the ball, and that's exactly what he's doing. This man is exactly what the quarterback position is turning into, and I think the Eagles understand that, and Jalen is looking really good. Now, though, the next step for the Eagles is what to do with Carson Wentz, because the Eagles signed Wentz to a $128 million extension last year. not knowing that he would perform like he has been. However, they signed him to this extension knowing they were going to go into the draft and take Jalen Hurts if he was available. So I don't know what their plan was or is, but they need to figure it out after the season is over. But going forward, I believe that Jalen Hurts gives the Eagles the best chance to make the playoffs and possibly win their division, even though it's a long stretch. And I also think he gives them a better chance in the future to win more games. So, nothing is out of the realm of the possibility. So we'll see what happens there. So finally, let's go over to the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to take on the Buffalo Bills. Well, back-to-back weeks now, the Steelers have proven they have no offensive attack. They had a combined 47 rushing yards, and their leading receiver was Juju Smith-Schuster with 55 yards and a touchdown. Big Ben even threw 2 interceptions to go along with his 2 touchdown passes. Look, I said when the Steelers get to the playoffs, they will not be able to hang with the other good teams around the league because they have no offensive attack, and the only thing that's going to give them a chance to win a game is if their defense gets a couple turnovers and scores some points. That's pretty much end of story right there. It's just how it is. This Bills team did everything they needed to and more. Okay, Stephon Diggs roasted those defensive backs, having 130 receiving yards on 10 catches and a touchdown. Okay, that's even against what I believe to be the best defense in the NFL, even though they've lost two straight now. Look, the Steelers are really, really overrated, and I don't think they're going to win a game in the playoffs, especially if they have to play, the Titans in game 1 or even the Bills again. This is just a bad Steelers offense with a good defense, but their defense can only do as much as that offense allows them to do, and lately it hasn't been that much. Well, that's going to end our discussion today, as now we get to watch this Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. 9-3 Browns, 6-4, or 6-6, I believe, 6-5, somewhere around there. Baltimore Ravens. So it's gonna be a good matchup. It's for a division game, so we'll see kind of how that plays out. Lamar Jackson's back. Hopefully a lot more of those Ravens players are back in the mix as well. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow, and you just got your fix with the Wicks.